Coronavirus has managed to shut down the economy, lock the airport, and plunge 800,000 people into unemployment. But it never managed to close the wedding dress store Zayed in Sfaram.
People want to rejoice and get back to routine. They fight and try to survive with the restrictions, and therefore the business is still operating.
The number of customers, which has hardly decreased, showed that outside events continue as usual, not only planned ahead of the pandemic, but also those planned in times of uncertainty. In the midst of the second wave, it is easy to see that Arab society contributes to Israeli morbidity out of all proportion to the percentage of the population.
People were scared of coronavirus and the Arab population. And after the first wave passed, we looked back and just did not see the harsh results. Officials said, wow, there'll be a lot of fatalities, a lot of serious ill. This is how we came into the second wave. The fear disappeared.
According to all studies, large weddings in Arab society were not cancelled, and they may be responsible for most of the morbidity. Police are seen there every night.
The tables are at least 4 meters apart. The chairs, 6 chairs at each table. Tonight there will be about 90 to 100 people here. That's not much. Family, neighbors, and not more.
But tradition and holidays are hard to change. The capsules were not really preserved. The masks were mostly for our cameras. And the guests? Many more than 100 people. We were very quickly hustled out. Meanwhile, in another village, another wedding took place, less supervised. Hundreds of guests, no masks at all. The groom here is a doctor and his father, a former policeman.
The whole country is a red zone. No one controls anything. The one who is redder today is the one who conducts more tests. Bnei is red. Does anyone dare to touch it?
The head of another Arab municipality married his son this week. 1,000 people clung together and celebrated. 2 weeks ago, senior municipal officials attended another wedding, and 3 days later, sat down with coronavirus czar Professor Roni Gamzu to advise on morbidity issues at the municipality.
I, as a resident of the city, see the mayor organizing a big wedding for his son. This is where the mistrust begins. Police arrived and we saw them with masks and left. We're making fun of ourselves. We're lying to ourselves. Before I blame the state and the police and say they're not enforcing, I blame us. Every one of us in society is guilty of this outcome.